Hey everyone, welcome back to Scott Trans, and this week we're talking about body dysphoria. For all our loyal subscribers, you will notice that I have changed location again. I feel like I say this like every video. I'm back in Nottingham after being at uni for a while again. What is this? What are you doing? Also, my filming day marks my 1 week on testosterone. So I think the topic this week, body dysphoria, will be a bit of a tough one to talk about. I don't know, like it's like a week's worth of videos talking about what we don't like about our bodies. So if you're not feeling too great or not wanting to talk about dysphoria or stuff like that, I suggest watching this video another time or just skipping this week's videos. Just want to make sure that I don't make you feel rubbish. I said in last week's video that I was going to get a new camera. Not got that yet. Hopefully for future videos you'll be able to hear me a bit better because I'll have a microphone for my camera and all that stuff. I don't think I'll talk about all the things that I feel dysphoric about because that's a bit heavy, but I'll talk about a few things that I feel okay talking about at the moment. One of the things that I feel most dysphoric about is my voice and also my chest. My voice is mainly a problem because I think I talked about it in the last video. If people happen to gender me correctly and then I speak, then they'll misgender me or they'll apologise for gendering me correctly, which is a bit weird, but it happens quite a lot actually. Yeah, my chest is my area of most dysphoria, I think. I wear a binder pretty much every day, even around the house, like I'm wearing one today. I love this one, by the way, mainly because it's skin coloured. So when I first put it on and like I caught myself in the mirror, basically it just looked like I had a flat chest because it didn't look like I had a binder on. That was pretty cool. I don't have a particularly large chest, but it's still a lot more prominent than like cis male chest. So yeah, I wear a GC2B binder and that seems to get rid of most of my dysphoria for that, but obviously not all of it because it doesn't make it completely flat. So I'm always kind of a bit on alert to make sure that my t-shirt's kind of hanging right and stuff. I find that these t-shirts, I've forgotten the name of them, but the ones that have the like kind of shoulder off the shoulder, I sew things, I should probably know the technical terms. When they have the seam that's not quite on the shoulder, it makes your chest look a bit flatter and it also kind of broadens your shoulders. So yeah, I often wear t-shirts that have this bit. And I think pretty much most of the rest of my dysphoria is kind of like where body fat sits. I mean, I'm a particularly curvy figure, but it's more curvy than I'd like it to be. I'm not a massive fan of my thighs, mainly because it kind of accentuates my hips and stuff. Don't particularly want that. And then with like where fat sits, then that also includes my face. But like T is gonna change that, so I'm trying to not focus on stuff like that at the moment because it's like in the process of changing. A weird one is I get like hair dysphoria. I don't know if other people get this or not, I don't know. I have quite a feminine hairline, like it's very round and I don't like that. So if I'm feeling super dysphoric, I'll go and get a haircut or get it dyed or something to change the way that I feel about it. It also really helps that the hairdresser that I go to is like super trans inclusive, and I think quite a lot of her customers are trans people, mainly because she's just like so accepting and nice. Thanks, Savannah. I get a bit of bottom dysphoria as well, but like that's not my main priority right now. I think Ethan mentioned that in his video as well. My main priority was to get T, which I'm on, and to get top surgery, which I've been told that I can get referred for kind of June, July time next year. They originally said November, but the person who will refer me is on maternity leave, so but I've been waiting for so long I can wait a couple more months. In my head I was thinking like I would really like to have it done by next summer, or like over next summer, whilst I'm not in term time, so I don't have to miss much uni. But then I was like, oh no, that's way too soon, they won't give it me then, but it looks like that could happen, so yay. So yeah, that's kind of about it. Like at the moment, most of the things that cause me dysphoria are gonna get changed in the near future by being on testosterone. I think the only thing that won't get changed by that is like my height. I mean, I'm a bit self-conscious about my height because I'm like 5'2", not the tallest guy you'll ever meet. But then I get a bit more confident like thinking about there's like loads of cis guys that are that height or less, or around the same height as me, so I can just be a short guy. There are plenty of them. Ugh. Died. How about we sort a short guy thread in the comments? It doesn't have to be a short guy thing actually. If you're just self-conscious about your height in general, let's start a comments thing in the thing. I'm gonna finish this video on a lighter note. One thing that I am fine with about my body is my feet, because they're quite big. Like I'm size 8.5 to 9-ish, and I know plenty of cis guys have the same size feet as me. They do shoes in my size, so that makes me happy. So yeah, if you like this video, as usual, give it a like and maybe subscribe to a channel. I don't know why I always sing this bit. I feel like it has to have like a singy voice. I hope you all have had a lovely week, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye!